This matchup on Wildcard Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Vikings and the Lions. All that and more coming up next.
This Lion fan base have been craving home playoff football since this building opened in 2002, and they've got it today at Ford Field in Detroit. Tonight, it's the second game here on this Wild Card Saturday, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to...
It's the second of our two games here on this Saturday as Super Wild Card Weekend continues here on EA Sports. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against his secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
It's Williams on the catch. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. From the 35, here's second down and 3. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Here's Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
And this is incomplete.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
St. Brown motioning left. On first and 10, here's Gibbs. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And the Lions are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but
and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Lions will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. Leading them out is their rookie quarterback, the young man from the University of Michigan.
It's very simple to say. It's a tough spot to go on the road in the playoffs for any quarterback. But when you're a rookie, now you know you've got big-time pressure on you because he's shown that he's beyond his years throughout the season. He's played at a high level, and his team is very confident in him. But to go on the road leading your team into postseason as a rookie, that's a whole nother level.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Looking to throw McCarthy. Got a man, that's Trent Sherfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He lets one go deep for Addison. And he knocks the ball away. The throw's incomplete. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. In motion goes Patrick. Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a 1st down.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards from Viking territory now. They'll come up 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. And off to Gibbs, headed right here. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Another run for Gibbs here. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. Now run by Gibbs. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13. Goff now looks to throw. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Here is 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now Goff. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they've played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimal level.
Point after, right down the middle, and it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. 3rd down from the gun, McCarthy. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll put it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over.
At their own 29-yard line.
Now it's Goff. He's got his 6'5" receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Goff now to throw. This is caught by Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. To throw is Goff. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was all capped off by a touchdown run from Jahmyr Gibbs. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. McCarthy. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The second of our 2 games here on this Super Wildcard Saturday is at halftime. We'll get it back out to you guys in just a minute. But first, time to look ahead to Sunday's action here on the NFC side of the bracket. And this one looks like it should be a dandy, as it'll be the Washington Commanders matching up against the San Francisco 49ers. In the first half, it was the Alabama man, Jahmyr Gibbs, who had it cooking. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, called it the 26. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll roll him out right. And fights through one man. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Gets through, and now an opening. Still going. And finally taken down at the 15. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. And a guy that can change the game, shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Here's McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Chandler will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the third quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was finished off with a touchdown run from Ty Chandler.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And as we roll through some of the highlights, we see how crucial he's been to their success in this one. When he's in this type of a groove and his offensive linemen are creating running lanes for him, he can really put on a show, and he's done so here.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy.
And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Now that's a run that warms a play caller's heart because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra down to play with because if you go ahead and just throw it and you don't get it, come back and try and pick it up on 3rd down.
McCarthy off the play fake. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
Just work with me a second here because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
Time for another look at this Lions offense.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Now a handoff to Chandler.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
1 quarter remains in this NFC Wildcard matchup.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now at Ford Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. From the 29, here's the 2nd and 4. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now Chandler. Ooh, the juke. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now 2nd and 9. They run it with Chandler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Oh, this one, and they need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Push it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
So now here are the Vikings faced with a big 2-point conversion attempt. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10. Just shy of the 30. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
It's caught on the right side, Williams. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard stripe. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. From the 43, here's the 2nd down and 6. They'll go again with Gibbs. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The give right side for Gibbs.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he will have a Lions first down, and that's the one that should seal a victory. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
The Lions stay alive as we say thanks for watching and so long. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from Ford Field.